Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. So I am drinking Peet's coffee off the grid. Off the grid, I gotta say, really good coffee, and there may be some, who knows? Things keep getting worse. Old Dano and the missus may be going off the grid themselves. I hope not. I hope it doesn't come to that, guys. But one thing we're going to talk about tonight is preparedness. Okay, preparedness. Winter is coming, cooler weather. If you're here near Ohio or north, you know the cold weather is coming. We're going to talk about some things we've been seeing around town, right? We know these prices as to where we've seen some good deals on things like soups and stuff. Remember, last year, that's usually what they do. Like, all this stuff will go on sale, and then once it starts getting colder, they know you're going to want that warm soup. And we'll find less and less sales. As a matter of fact, prices have gone up on some of these items as well. We see Progresso soup, Campbell's Chunky, where these have all gone up. I've noticed that most of the 10.5 ounce cans at Meijer are now $1.89 regular price, which that's pretty much what they are everywhere, but Meijer always had a little bit better deals. Those were one of the reasons we shop there. Spoiler alert, there is a sale on them, which I go over in tomorrow morning's video at Meijer. Yes, I did go to Meijer. Got some good deals and some good things to stock up on to put in your pantry. Tomorrow we go over some long shelf stable items, some items that you can put away and know that they're going to be there and last a while, right? And that's kind of what I want to talk a little bit about today. Some of the things that some of our Floridians have been talking about through the hurricane. We still have some viewers on the channel that are still without power. I haven't heard from today, but I know as of yesterday, we had a couple viewers that were chiming in on a couple of our older videos that we covered the storm and everything. So all of our thoughts and prayers are with everybody involved. People are still climbing out of Hurricane Helene, guys. I mean, this was the 1-2 punch for Florida. And then, we have Helene, which wreaked havoc pretty much 75 north from all the way from Florida out east, as we know, to North Carolina. I'll tell you what, you look at some of these photos, guys, it is downright scary. But the one common factor that a lot of our viewers on the channel have been talking about and sharing very valuable information on ways to prepare, at least so you know if you're going to be without power for a while. These are good things to have. This is why we always talk about stocking up on the sales as we see them when there's not a disaster. That way, when there is, you have something to go to, right? Canned goods, things that are going to last a long time. Best if used by dates years in advance. We've had a lot of comments lately on different canned meats and products, and one that I always stick true to is Keystone. Keystone meats are fantastic. It's not just that it has a long shelf life, but they are delicious. They are delicious. And one thing I always say, that if you're going to stock up, if you're going to prep, if you're going to do these things, stock up on things you know you're going to eat. Now, I've tried some of these different emergency kits and emergency preparedness foods and stuff like that. And those are all well and good to have. They're usually not very tasty. Right? I mean, let us know down in the comments if you've tried any of these, like, emergencies, 24/7 food items. Now, Augustin Farms, I've tried that. They sell that at Walmart. That's okay. It's okay. It's not great. Now, if you're in a situation and you're going to be, if something like the grid is down for a long, extensive period of time, sure, it's good to have these kind of things. But some of the things that people were leaving in the comments, like, make sure you have your pots and pans. Make sure you have things that you can cook over a fire. Make sure you can have these. It's good to think like this, right? Even if you never use it, it's always good to be prepared. And the way I look at it, I know one thing we always talk about on the channel, stocking up on the sales as you see them. So that, one, you're saving money ultimately in the future, because prices are going to start going up again. I know we've seen different meats and things level off, and coffee kind of level off for a second. Okay, but let me say this. Coffee is having less and less deals. We're finding sales right now on certain kinds. See, I guess that's in some way, that's where, I'm not too picky. I'm not too picky. I go where the deals are. I mean, now the coffee has to be decent, okay? It has to be. It can't be like complete trash, right? And I won't say what brands that I really don't like and stuff like that. Feel free to let us know which ones you don't. But there's some coffees where it's like, well, I'm gonna spend $1 or $2 more anyway, but still get it when it's on sale. Good to have some on the back burner for different things, you know, if it's really cheap, which I do have some really cheap coffee, right? That'll last a long time because it's properly sealed, and, you know, in case anything ever happens, well, you know, that's one thing I've always believed in stocking up on is coffee, because, you know, if something happens, and you guys were sharing some of your stories, we have thousands of viewers in Florida. People were sharing their stories, you know, getting coffee with your neighbors who didn't have power, right? You had a percolator. How many times have we mentioned that on the channel? Always good to have a percolator, or you know, one you can put over a fire, right? If you don't have power, if you don't have a generator, right? I think a lot of people in Florida have generators, but if you don't, or if they fail, well, you're going to need something to cook on, right? Good to hone in on all the tactical skills of, one, building said fire. You know, I always keep like different magazines and different things set aside. Some people have given great ideas on how to quickly start fires. One I've actually tried myself, and it works very well, is lint trap. Take the lint out of your dryer, right? Take an empty toilet paper roll, stuff it in the toilet paper roll, light it, boom, fire, lit. I mean, it's that easy. It's that easy. Actually, I probably started a fire. I wish I'd have done a video of that. I was on my friend's property and stuff, and I don't usually film things when I'm at my family or friends' places. You know, I'm sure he wouldn't have cared, but anyway, these are the kind of things we need to do, okay? We need to think of these things in the future. It's how we're going to prepare, you know, because look at these other things, and kind of something else I wanted to talk about. This video is going to kind of be all over the place. I'm just ranting about everything tonight. These food recalls, guys, these food recalls are getting insane. We said they would. You guys said they would, right? It's like every day. We were talking about Bruce Pack, okay? Right? A company that fills in for other companies, that uses their product and then sells it under different names like Walmart, Aldi, Trader Joe's, H-E-B, right? All of these different companies that are now affected by this massive recall. 10, almost, it's probably up to 10 now. I know it was 9.8 million something, right? It's probably up to 10 million pounds now. And nothing was ever very clear. I looked it up, and some of the same stories. I'm expecting this to get bigger, and we will update as it does get bigger. But the whole Listeria thing, and Salmonella, and E. coli, and all of this, guys, it just keeps... I haven't read anything on E. coli lately, but, you know, and hopefully, knock on wood, you know, we don't. But the Salmonella with the eggs, the egg recall keeps getting bigger from Milo's, and some other different eggs. You know, it's so much. It keeps adding up. I don't even feel like comfortable reporting on these things until we know all of the facts. The problem is that these things come out so fast anymore that we have to get the information out there as fast as possible. That way, if it's sitting in your fridge and you're watching this video, then you know to at least hold on, wait until we find out if that was one of the recalled products, because we get this information and then it's days later we find out, oh, mine was affected. I need to take it back, get my money back. Don't ever throw it away. Unless you're uncomfortable handling it or something like that, I guess. Even at that, take a photo of it and try to call the company and say, hey, look, I don't want to touch this. This is, you know, here's, maybe even if you don't have a receipt, maybe there's a way they can check with the coding or something to find out if it was from their store or not, right? I don't know. But guys, it just, with all these different things, and what I'm kind of getting at here is what a lot of people have been saying in the comments. We got to cook ourselves. You're going to ultimately save money. It's going to be better for you. You know what's going into your food when you cook it yourself. When you cook things to certain temperatures, you kill said stuff. You kill the bacteria, right? You kill the bacteria. That was the one thing that got me about the whole Bruce Pack thing. It's like, all these ready-to-eat foods, aren't they cooked already? Yeah. But a lot of what they were talking about were things that they weren't mentioning, like, oh, the chickens and the salads and these kind of things. You know, we find traces of listeria. It's been a while, but if you remember, you know, we have found listeria in salads and spinach and a lot of other fresh greens. It's been a while for that, but I feel like, you know, this is probably how most of it happens. It gets on another product, and then boom, it spreads like wildfire. Kind of like the salmonella thing across the eggs. Well, cook your eggs, wash your hands, clean your surface. All the things that they tell you to do, right? If you are, anyway, right? Don't eat raw eggs. That's always been a thing, right? Don't eat raw eggs. You know, when I was younger, we used to eat the raw, you know, raw cookie dough and stuff. Well, nowadays, if you do that, well, they make cookie dough that doesn't have egg in it. So if you really like cookie dough, like all the ice cream and stuff that you get, all the cookie dough ice cream, that doesn't have eggs in it, right? A store is not, a ice cream parlor is not going to sell cookie dough that has raw eggs in it. I know some are going to say, oh, no, it's fine. You know, I did it too. I ate it too. I drank water from the hose as well. But when you start, you know, it's like once you realize these things and you see the possibility and the potential, or the, not potential, possibility of things that can happen, it makes you more aware, which kind of triggers the brain, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Would I still drink water from a hose? I don't know. I don't want to say I would or wouldn't, because I don't recommend anybody, you know, that's your decision. That's your decision. But my point is that we need to get back to preparing our own meals. Me and Jessica, off camera, have been cooking a lot lately. We haven't really been doing videos on it, right? Which we may, but Jessica's always looking up new recipes and stuff. Plus, one thing Jess doesn't like to do is do a repeat video of a cooking video we've already done. I tell her, like, hey, look, we're getting new subscribers every day. And, you know, we're learning as we go along, too. What we cooked, like, 2 years ago, we may have kind of tweaked some of the ingredients, and it might be a little different. Even if it's not, I tell her, I'm like, you know, everybody would love to see us cook some stuff. But a lot of the things we've, you know, a lot of the cool meals, right, as her and I say, you know, it's like, you know, we don't want to do, like, repeats, but we're kind of working on some things like that. I know we've got a lot of comments of, you know, people wanting us to do some cooking videos. I actually have a clip from a video that's only a few minutes long, but it is part of a cooking video that I'm going to add to another video maybe this week. And it's quick, right? But I might just add it to the beginning because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, and it's something so simple. And it's only a couple minutes long, so I'll have to add it to like another video, as to where my videos, I like long form. It's pretty much got to be 20 to 30 to even 40 minutes, guys. I got to say, I went to Meijer today, and this video is like 37 minutes long. So if you're interested in the Meijer video for tomorrow morning, get your popcorn ready. I got to say, Meijer kind of knocked it out of the park. I kind of knew that ahead of time, and I was like, well, I wasn't going to go to Meijer this week, and you guys all know that I love Meijer, and I keep saying I'm not going to go, and then I go anyway. I know we have a lot of shoppers, a lot of viewers on our channel that shop at Meijer. I love Meijer. It's just getting expensive. But we found some good deals today. Some good deals that I was kind of focusing on, like, okay, yeah, we're stocked up on a lot of things, but I'm thinking of you guys. I'm thinking, like, okay, what are things that we always talk about on the channel, right? And I go over the different sales, but I also go over things that a lot of people have been asking about, some things that are a little more expensive, maybe better quality, okay? Or just because you asked for it. You know, I aim to please, as you guys know. And we kind of go over those as well. Some more expensive items, but, you know, if it's great quality, some things I plan on trying in the future, right? I don't want to spoil anything, right? It's a fun video. It's probably the most fun I had at Meijer in a long time. So hopefully we're starting to find some better prices. But remember, winter is coming. Take advantage of these deals now, right, as we go over them. We're going to be doing traveling, doing more store videos, fun videos. I'm trying to add more excitement and fun into these as we go along, because the way I look at it is it's kind of being like Dr. Jekyll in the morning and Mr. Hyde at night, right? Because we've got trying to save money here, and then all the doom and gloom that's happening to all of our food and recalls and conflicts around the world. I don't know why we just can't all get along, guys. Why can't we all get along? I don't know. Let's take a sip of this off-the-grid coffee. You know what's funny? And maybe it's just a mind thing. This coffee right here kind of feels like a camping coffee. Like, this feels like when I wake up in the morning, maybe from kayaking or a long night of fishing or something, waking up in your tent on your air mattress, because I don't sleep on the ground anymore. Getting too old for that. I don't use sleeping bags. I use air mattresses. Or just, a bed, if I can find one. But this tastes delicious. It is. It tastes like something that would be good in, like, cooking over a fire coffee. It's got a nice aroma to it. It's got that, I don't know, it's like an outdoorsy vibe going on with this coffee. It's really good. It's really good. Peet's Coffee's expensive, so I treat myself every now and then with it when I find it on sale. I did stock up on some of them because I really liked it. It is not on sale anymore at Meijer, though, unfortunately. But there are some other ones. There are some other ones on sale. Thoughts and prayers to all the hurricane victims, guys. It absolutely... I feel so bad for so many people. I feel like a lot of the different weather channels kind of dumbed down this hurricane, because a lot of areas that they said were going to get hit hard maybe didn't, but areas that did get hit hard got hit hard. I mean, it looks like a lot of areas off of the Gulf are a lot of debris, a lot of destruction. The tornadoes were unbelievable. Some people were saying, some of our viewers in Florida were saying they've never seen that, like, tornadic activity like that. You know that with hurricanes come tornadoes, but not that many, and all, like, sporadically just popping up so fast. That's a scary situation, and our thoughts and prayers are with all of you, and continued thoughts and prayers for everyone from Helene. It's crazy. And, make sure you're taking care of your pets as well. I don't know if everybody saw that. I was watching something where the news was covering how this guy had hooked this dog up to a chain or something and left. I don't know. That was all over the media, though. It was all over YouTube, all over the main news and everything. And I just thought to myself, there were a lot of our viewers who were saying, "Don't forget your pets," and people were talking about pets and everything, and good things to do, little doggy raft thingies or life preservers, life jackets, and but it was really sad seeing that dog. They saved the dog, right? But I mean, I don't know what kind of person does that. And, and the thing is, I don't know. Maybe they were scared for their life. But, I mean, you don't leave a dog chained up when that weather's getting bad and, you got flooding and all that stuff happening. I thought that was terrible. If you haven't seen it, it's all over the internet. You could probably just look up dog chained to fence in Hurricane Milton or whatever. But I don't recommend it because it's very sad. Almost brought tears in my eyes. It's just crazy. I don't understand that. Pets are like our children, and it's like, you just don't do that. You just don't do that. But yeah, always take care of your pets. Don't forget your pets during these situations. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, stocking up on some pet food. Over the last few years, we've always had issues with pet food coming in, not coming in, right? Well, I haven't seen any issues personally, and we haven't had any comments. Knock on wood, we don't. But it's always a good idea to stock up on some of this pet food because it's available. And some of these things, we can't worry so much about the price. Try to find a good deal on it, maybe through Chewy.com or some other areas that you may know, maybe online areas where you can get some good deals. I try to point out different pet food deals when I see them. The sale is over, but Target had some really good pet food sales. That sale is over, but Target usually does have some good pet food sales. But anyway, let us know down in the comments. Have you noticed any issues with any pet food or any items? Have we seen any shortages in the stores lately? Make sure you let us know down in the comments so that we can check around here. Let us abbreviate your city and state so that we know where this is occurring. That way we can pin it down. And the reason why I kind of think about these things this time of year, because as we know, end of September, usually early October for the last couple years, this is when we start seeing a lot of shortages. Now, fortunately, I haven't seen many here in Cincinnati. Okay, and I do keep an eye on it. We haven't gotten a lot of comments on any of these, so I try to focus on other things people are talking about, like, you know, different prices on things, how to find some of these good deals. But guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Try this Peet's Coffee off the grid. I'm telling you, it is fantastic. And quick disclaimer, they are not paying me to say that. I just really like this coffee. But yeah, it is. And actually, I like a lot of different Peet's Coffee. I just don't get it all the time because it's kind of expensive. When it's more expensive than Starbucks, yeah, that's pretty expensive. But you gotta treat yourself every now and then. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Thoughts and prayers for everyone involved in the hurricanes and anybody who is struggling right now, because we know the prices are still high, right, on food and everything. Even though we haven't seen massive price increases in the grocery stores in a while, we still see price increases, but not to where everything is like backpedaling off of one another, right? Each product. We still are paying very high prices for food right now. Because one thing is for sure, as to where prices haven't skyrocketed over the last week or two, they're sure not coming down either, and the sales are getting harder and harder to find. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.